Sister Islands, and Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listener participation program.
Talk today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your guest host.
Coming up next on Talk Today, it's Open Line. It's all about you and what matters to you. Pick up the phone and give me a call. Let us know what's on your mind. Talk Today, next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk.
Good afternoon. I'm Charles Glidden, and thank you for checking in with me and Talk Today this Thursday afternoon. Well, the week is almost over, but I don't know if I'm looking forward to the weekend or not. You know, it's like one of those things. Like the future is like uncertain. Right? Yeah. Everybody is like, what's going to happen, right? You know, it's like you're being enveloped into the cone of uncertainty. That's the term of the week, the cone of uncertainty. Is Melissa coming? Which way is it going to be coming? How close will she be? The uncertainty is like maddening. You know, you don't know whether to start, boarding up or just wait a few more days to get some more information, or just what's going on. This has been a tough one for the weather people to forecast, and we just have to play it smart, but we're getting local updates now, so it's important that we pay attention to official local advisories. They know what's going on around the Cayman Islands. I know a lot of people out there, like to tune in or turn into their YouTube, favorite YouTube weather person, like Mr. Weatherman. I watch him too. I watch him. He's good. But we still have to pay attention to local advisories. Even Mr. Weatherman will tell you, pay attention to your local advisories. It's important. And some of those YouTubers, some of the weather people on YouTube, they can really hype things up. Last night I just decided to check another one out, and oh my, the guy was like scary, like he was talking about catastrophic damage and the Cayman Islands all in one breath, and every 30 seconds it was something catastrophic was about to happen, right? So make sure you got a good source if you're going to go to YouTube to get weather information. If it's Weather Channel or AccuWeather, Weather on the Ground, and of course, Mr. Weatherman. It's good. And of course, the National Hurricane Center in Miami also has a channel on YouTube, so they're they're actually where everybody's getting their sources, their information from to put it all together. And Cayman's National Weather Service has a long and great relationship with the National Hurricane Center in Miami, so we can rely on the information that they are passing along. We can, bank on that. I wonder how many new residents in Cayman have never actually been in a hurricane, like a serious hurricane. I'm not just talking about like some tropical storm, because a lot of new people have come to Cayman since Ivan, even just probably in the last 2 years, maybe even the last year, as many work permits has been granted, and some of these people may not even know exactly what to do. I had a young lady who works for me ask me, so Mr. G, what do you think about this hurricane? And I said, right now, today, I don't know. I don't know. We just have to, see what develops over the next couple of days and be prepared. She said she had a friend that keeps calling her and say, should I leave? Should I try and get a ticket and take off? But I guess some people might choose to do that. And of course, that's when you hear people talking, especially Caymanians, like, oh yeah, they're running. They're running. Soon we'll find out who is the real Cayman. Oh, yeah. But stay in touch. Listen to Radio Cayman. Get your sources, from our National Weather Service. They do a good job. And they will give us the information when they know of it. And apparently Jamaica is going to take a hit one way or another. They have it passing down close to the south coast of Jamaica, maybe even making landfall in the west. And they're going to get plenty of rain. So our friends over in Jamaica are going to, feel Melissa for sure from what I'm seeing from my sources. So let's just stay prepared. I know we have a caller in the line, but I have to take a break, so just hang in there. I'll be right back with you.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami, and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply, and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Hurricane season is upon us. Check your hurricane shutters. Review your family evacuation plan. Stock up on non-perishable goods and emergency kits. And stay informed. Stay safe this hurricane season with CUC. You've got the power. Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. It's open line here on Talk Today, so let's go to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, Charlie, you began the program with a very important question. I think it's very concerning the number of people that are here with that. I think if you looked at it or examined it, does not have the breadth of information to deal with something like, a major hurricane impact, and it's quite concerning, and the other worrisome thing is that the number of voices that you have now, and it's kind of human nature that want to give your own assessment of really what the situation is, whereas that should really come from the officials. I don't know if you recall. I mean, that was a very concerning aspect many years ago in hurricane preparedness, that we had people on the airways, and this was when there was only maybe 2 other radio stations in Cayman talking about hurricane parties. And you don't want any of that kind of perception raising its head in time when you got a hurricane bear now, and maybe we've been a little lax in really getting the proper information out to the populace, because how many new people you got coming over the shores here every month, maybe every week?
I'm sure new people every week. Yeah,
and hopefully that we'll fare well and we don't have any really major impacts. But
another thing too, is I don't think a lot of those of the new people, if I can call them that, especially if they're really new, are quite in tune with the information sources in Cayman yet.
Well, yeah, that's another aspect of it, and most likely the ones that they're in tune with, could not be disseminating the official, the official position.
Yeah.
You'll find that it's kind of human nature. You want to add a little bit here, make people think that you know what's going on. But it's important that you listen to the official information, which should really come from the weather station.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, and I guess maybe younger people, do I dare say that? They look for a source that is more flashy, more entertainment, and rather than just a dry analysis of the weather.
Yeah. I mean, and all the stuff you mentioned, YouTube and LinkedIn and all this kind of stuff. It's really, really concerning. And so I hope that the word will get it, and it will be adhered to, that listen to official sources, because that is your best bet.
Always.
Yeah. I mean, many people probably don't realize or recognize it, but you went through Gilbert with us, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I was here at the station with Gilbert. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that you and I trying to grab that cable that had been broken, going up to the tower out there, trying to get that,
Yeah.
grab that was flying through the air, and we were trying to grab it to splice it back together.
Right. Not only that, but if you remember right, there was a piece of corrugated aluminum that had came off of some roof around the area there that was lodged up in this cable, and that was gyrating. I mean, and you get hit with one of those pieces that cut you too. But anyway, just hopefully that everybody will pay close attention to the official information from the Weather Service and the government sources that disseminate the official information and pay heed to it.
All right. Well, thanks for the call.
Okay.
You take care. Yeah, the official sources and official local sources are best in a time like this when we are trying to make sense of what's going on with a hurricane, especially one that is so unpredictable as Melissa, because there's a lot of factors at work there as to what is making this a difficult storm to forecast. It's moving very slow, so it's sort of the National Hurricane Center actually used the term drifting at one point. It says Melissa is drifting, so it's hard to get a direction on something that is just drifting. So keep your ear tuned to official sources. I have a WhatsApp message. This actually came in yesterday late into the show, and we were almost ready to end, but I think I want to read this because it brings up some a point here, and I've touched on this before. Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. As this is the month dedicated to seniors in the Cayman Islands, I am surprised that more people are not speaking out about health insurance for retirees, especially for those who have worked in the private sector for many, many years. After working for nearly 30 years as a teacher in the private sector, now retired, and being a cancer survivor, I am now having to pay approximately $10,000 US a year for my health insurance. $10,000 a year for health insurance. Government keeps saying that they're going to do something to help seniors, but we're not hearing about anything as yet with this new government in whom we have so much faith. Please, can you speak to this so that more people like myself would be motivated to call and speak out on this subject? In order to pay my monthly health insurance premiums, I am still having to work and I'm unable to retire as I would like to. Yeah. And I'm sure this is not the only person out there in this kind of situation. And health insurance in Cayman is something that needs to be addressed urgently, especially in respect to older persons who we are supposed to be celebrating this month. Can you imagine $10,000 a year to have some health insurance? And let's hear about that from some people. What is your experience with health insurance in Cayman? I really think it needs to be overhauled. We have some callers on the line, so let's go to the phones. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today. Hello.
Hey, Chalo, how you doing, man?
All right. You've been a while. I haven't heard from you.
Yeah, well, sometimes I just decide to listen,
Just chilling.
Yeah, I just listen to maybe other people that probably know more than me, and things like that.
Yeah.
Speaking about the hurricanes, Shadow.
Yeah.
I believe the only one of them I know went through on Cayman Islands was 1932. I believe everything that came around us since then, I have passed through, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Besides, I remember in 1988, I wasn't here for Gilbert. But I was surprised when I came back home that I found my house and nothing was wrong with it, you know? Just the works of the Almighty Man.
You were blessed.
Yeah, you know, I'm a strong believer in God, Shadow. That's all I have left in this life, you know. It's my God, you know. So every day, I'm like a Muslim. I pray all through the day and every day. So that makes me feel good, you know. Yeah, speaking, Shadow, about the government and the help and things like that. Right now, you know, after all the hard work that I did on this island, I never really ended up the way that I would have wanted to. I come up short on many things.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that weakness, you know. I know that weakness. So, but I can't say anything about my government. From 2012, you know, it was times that you would have work and sometimes, you know, have no work.
Yeah, well, things go like that, right?
Yeah, but from 2012, sorry, Jello, from 2012, you know, they started giving me some help because of my disability, you know.
Right.
Not necessarily a Caymanian offer, because actually it was a black woman from England. She was a social worker, and it was through her that I guess made them to understand, you know, from so young that I had this disability, and nobody really even offered me anything, you know, and I really didn't look for it because from young I've been working here, so that's just the way that went. But Synico gave me an insurance indefinitely. So that I use today and buy some tablets if I have to. Nothing serious. I have never cost them any big money to send me off the island and things like that. You know, so I'm grateful to them for the coverage, you know.
But you have it if you need it.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what I would do today. You know what I mean? So I would say God bless them, you know, on their journey too. So that's all I have. But anyway, I went to Northwest Point this morning, man. I went to Northwest Point to get some coconut ice.
You went back in the neighborhood?
Yeah, well, yes. I was right alongside, but I have the one that I insure where I grew up on. It's still down there. I have to make another trip to see if it's still there, man. But it starts to look like New York, man.
I tell you.
Some buildings in Northwest Point, Chalo, I tell you, when if you go down the man, you really do know it, man.
Sometimes I go into West Bay, I'm not sure where I am.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. For real.
That's how I felt this morning until I got Bosun Bay. You know, the Bosun Bears don't seem like they're too anxious to really sell out their land and things like that, you know? It looks like people is really holding on out that side of West Bay. Anyway, later, my brethren.
Thanks for the call. You take care. Have a good one. A good one. Yeah. Sometimes I go into West Bay and I have to pause to make sure I'm going down the right road, because West Bay is really like exploded with apartment buildings, apartment complexes, really. Have to take a break. I'll be right back.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Kim and Brack and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
For the past 10 years, Health City Cayman Islands has been providing a comprehensive range of in-house medical services, from routine care to highly complex surgeries. We've transformed healthcare in the region, saving thousands of lives in the process. Recognized for quality and excellence, Health City brings together expert doctors, the best technology, and the latest techniques to provide world-class healthcare to those who need it. Health City Cayman Islands, a decade of healing.
The Fall Labor Force Survey and Quality of Life Survey is currently being conducted by the Economics and Statistics Office. The Labor Force Survey seeks to collect data on employed and unemployed persons who are not in the labor force. The Quality of Life Survey seeks to gather information on life satisfaction, sense of well-being, financial security, economic outlook, social inclusion, sense of belonging to the local community, and perceived health. Trained interviewers with ID cards will visit randomly selected households. For more details, please call the ESO hotline 516-3329.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's go to the WhatsApp call. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. How are you?
I'm doing okay. And yourself?
Yep. In a little while, 'cause I called and you took 2 calls and a break before you got to me. But anyhow, I guess they know my numbers. I was listening in. I think that could have been Mr. Loxley earlier speaking about all the information with the hurricanes and stuff. Everybody is predicting and want to be known. Now, I guess you're in my age group. I'm heading on 4 scores, pretty close to 4 scores. But in my time here, growing up in Cayman, 'cause I was born and raised right here in Georgetown, we didn't have no weather stations or anything like that. But them old folks, when they looked up in the air, they saw where the breeze was coming from. And at night when they would go outside and look up at the moon and the stars, they was dead on. And my little sense that I have over the years that I've been here, not even the weather station in the United States is 100% right when it comes to the Cayman Island weather. Mr. Glidden, Cayman weather mostly changes every 12 hours. And in the time of fishing, those men never miss the mark. But
so we said they were 100% correct?
Yep. Every day now, you see a new one coming on, predicting this, predicting that, trying to frighten the people to death that don't know no better. And the hardware stores jocking up the prices. I mean, something should be done about that. Yes, Caymanians for umpteen years know when the month of June come, what we got to do, and stuff like that.
But what would make weather in the Cayman area any different from any other place in the Caribbean?
Well, that's a good question, Mr. Glidden, but I can tell you what. I have saw Miami weather station giving prediction on Cayman weather, and they were way, way, way off the mark. The Cayman Islands is blessed, Mr. Glidden, regardless of the wickedness and the badness that is going on and the corruption that is going on in this island. The Cayman Islands is blessed, sir. But I don't know if it's because of the size or what it is that God is smiling and looking down on us and his heart is broken or what. But he's doggone good, very, very good to us.
Yeah, well,
all
I'm
the
sure the
time.
size has something to do with the accuracy of it, because if you look on the map, you see how small Grand Cayman is.
Yeah, it's
and
very
you
small.
might predict rain or something for Grand Cayman, and maybe it didn't fall on land, but maybe it's just out there.
Yeah,
a half a
it's
mile away
something. It
and
is
it's
something
raining on the
because
ocean instead on the land.
Yeah, Cayman get winds from all around. Cayman Island get breeze from all around. Sometimes
Well, the wind
it's from the
is
east,
blowing in a particular direction at any one
from the
given time.
west. So God bless this little rock. And just let me tell the people that living here on the island, Father God is in control of everything. And if he sent it, he know what he's sending it for. And every bad thing, we must take the good out of it. That's all I got to say. But some of these people that is going on this YouTube and this Facebook and anything else, they need to stop that, because like Mr. Loxley said, go according to the official reports from the Cayman Islands government. We got some good people in that area. And I always like to big up Mr. Tibbetts, because remember when he was born and stuff. So me and his father used to work together on ships. But Mr. Tibbetts is a good fella, and I'm glad for that. Cayman Islands.
We have a good weather service for sure.
Yep. So thank you, and just hold on. It's not going to be long, but I feel that little front that is coming down there is going to make some big changes in the direction we go. So I am always positive. He said he don't give me a heart of fear, he give me a heart of faith. So I think we're going to be fine. And like I said,
let's hope so.
Senate,
Let's hope so.
He knows well. Okay, sir. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks for the call. You take care. Yeah, I've heard, people talk about, in the old days, the old ship captains were able to forecast the weather very accurately. And our caller was talking about reading the skies and looking at the night sky. Of course, they had a very handy instrument called a barometer, right? That was, I can remember when I was small, a neighbor of mine talking and saying, well, they say that the barometers are dropping, and when the barometers are dropping, that's not good news, because that's bad weather coming in. And they use that barometer to forecast a lot. Of course, like I said, reading the weather. But that might be when it's close. But when it is, Melissa is 500 and something miles away from us right now. I don't know if they could really tell what would be happening next week. All right for maybe a 24-hour period or something like that. But thank God for the developments in science and technology that can forecast for us and give us time to prepare. And, that back in 1932, when we had that big hurricane, there was nobody to tell them, when it was coming, how strong it would be. But there were those who were experienced with the weather that knew that, it was going to be a bad one. And, of course, there were some myths, too, of, when the eye came, people didn't realize that the storm had not passed and thought that calm in the eye meant that the storm had gone and they went outside. But, of course, that is a very dangerous thing to do. We did have one of the WhatsApp message that I read earlier about insurance. What do you think? What do you think about insurance? Do we need to overhaul the insurance as it is, the health insurance I'm talking about, as we have it in Cayman? A lot of people struggle to have a good health insurance, and a lot of people will just have to suffice with, the basic, what they call the SHIC program, especially after you get older. You don't have the employment and the benefit of a group policy with some company that can give you something significant and more robust in health insurance policy, and just making do with the minimum insurance of having $400 a year to go see the doctor, maybe get some medicine with it, and it's also supposed to cover any kind of diagnostic test that you might have out of hospital. But a lot of those diagnostic tests, $400 wouldn't even touch it. Never mind that you had to use some of it when you went to see the doctor who ordered the test in the first place. So what are we going to do? What needs to be done about health insurance in Cayman? Give it a think. Give me a call afterwards. We have to go to the news. Be right back after we find out what's making headlines.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With a look at your latest headline news, I'm Jevi Ebanks. The Cayman Islands Healthcare Conference will be held from the 23rd through the 25th of October at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel under the theme Healthy People, Healthy Planet, a call to action for sustainable healthcare. Key topics include building resilient healthcare systems, sustainable supply chains and procurement, eco-friendly medical technologies and materials, data-driven environmental impact tracking, and community empowerment for healthier living. The event brings together healthcare professionals, policymakers, and sustainable advocates to explore practical solutions for aligning health and environmental goals. In regional news, Grenada Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell says his government is still reviewing a U.S. request to install a temporary radar at the Maurice Bishop International Airport and deploy military assets near Grenada. He emphasized that no decision has been made and a public statement will follow. Speaking on his DM with the PM program, Mitchell welcomed the public's active debate, calling it a sign of healthy democracy. He noted the request made in August is technical and requires expert input. The proposal has sparked concerns from groups like the Coalition for a Zone of Peace, which fears regional militarization. Mitchell stressed that Grenada maintains strong diplomatic ties across the Western Hemisphere and that any decision will be based on legal, technical, and public consultation. In other regional news, Guyana's government is exploring new measures to address domestic violence, including ankle monitoring systems for offenders. The Home Affairs Minister said the devices would send real-time alerts if an offender nears a victim or a restricted area. She also highlighted Safe City Initiative, which uses facial recognition and vehicle tracking to improve public safety, along with a panic button alert app. The minister emphasized the need to build public trust in the Guyana police force to ensure transparency and accountability. That's your latest headlines from the Radio Cayman newsroom. I'm Jevi Ebanks.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
In 1968, the government of the Cayman Islands purchased a controlling interest in Cayman Brac Airways from Alaska and then formed Cayman Airways. The first aircraft type to be operated by Cayman Airways into Cayman Brac was the Douglas DC-3, which in 1972 was being used on flights to both Grand Cayman and Little Cayman. By 1985, Cayman Airways was serving Cayman Brac with Boeing 727-200 jetliners with non-stop flights to Miami 3 times a week, as well as operating 727 and propeller aircraft service to Grand Cayman. Other jetliner types previously operated by Cayman Airways over the years into Cayman Brac included the Boeing 737-200, Boeing 737-300, and Boeing 737-400.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and taking a look at the weather forecast for today. Isolated showers throughout the rest of the day and into the night. Winds out of the northeast at 15 to 20 knots with higher gusts, and seas are running rough with wave heights of 4 to 6 feet. Small craft should exercise caution, so, don't go out there fooling around in the boat, not today. Sunset at 5:55. And we're all keeping our eye on Melissa, of course. And the latest from the National Hurricane Center, they're 2 p.m., 1 p.m. our time. They're 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time update. Has Melissa continuing to drift north-northwest. Tropical storm warnings now in effect for the southwest coast of Haiti, with heavy rains and life-threatening flooding expected for Hispaniola and Jamaica. Excuse me. And Jamaica through the weekend. So Jamaica's going to get a lot of water coming down on them. And the position's just about the same as what it was earlier, really. But So it's about 500, about call it 500 miles southeast of Grand Cayman, about 439 miles southeast of Cayman Brac. So slowly moving along at 2 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. And that, of course, is expected to change in the coming days. Here's what the Cayman Weather Service was sending out this around 10:30 today. The official forecast track takes the system southeast of Jamaica as a possible hurricane on Saturday, the 25th of October. A westward motion is expected, and the system could become a major hurricane on Monday, the 27th of October, when forecasted to be south to southwest of Jamaica. Following that, the National Hurricane Center is forecasting a possible west to northwest motion into Tuesday. That's the 28th of October. The recent update puts the cone of uncertainty. What happened here? Okay. The recent update puts the cone of uncertainty at 5 days within the Cayman area, possibly early next week. This thing goes on like forever, right? While the system poses no immediate threat at this time, residents are encouraged to remain cautious and prepared in the event of a shift in the projected path. Given the uncertainty of how this system will ultimately track, residents are urged to continue to closely monitor updates for any potential impact on the Cayman Islands using official channels of information. And our weather service will issue another update at 4:30 this afternoon. So we'll have to wait and see what they're saying later on if they have any new information. It's Open Line here on Talk Today. Here all by my lonesome in the studio. So give me a call. I need some company. If you're a Flow customer, you can call 1-800-534-8255, compliments of Flow. Or non-Flow users, you can call 949-8037, 949-6990, or WhatsApp. Our number is 925-3261. Yes. And before we went to the news, I was inviting you to call me and tell me what you think of our insurance programs. Health insurance. I always got to remember it's health insurance here in Cayman. What are you thinking about that? We do have a caller, so let's check in with the phone line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Charlo. What's going on?
Hi, man. You tell me.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Let's talk about the weather conditions first.
Yeah.
Firstly, I am not some kind of magician. I'm not a prophet.
Right.
But I have seen weather conditions all of my life, including the North Atlantic, South Pacific. I'm really concerned about so many weather channels.
Yeah.
Killing people with anxiety, with stress about it's going to go up to category 7 and
so
190, 200 miles an hour. I will tell you quickly. This weather, in my assumption, as usual, is going to work a lot by the moon. Meaning that we're going to have, this is going to turn into a good norther. A good northeaster, a good norther, we're going to get that soon. I'm not here to say that we are not going to get some winds from the weather conditions, but with the cold front coming down, is going to be a lot of changes into that system. And don't be surprised if it goes to nothing. You probably would get rain, but I don't see that we are going to be in what they call the cone, that we're going to be in some really devastating area. I just don't see it.
Mm.
Yeah, just brighten up yourself and remember, the sun rules the earth by day and the moon by night. When you go in fishing, the old time people will talk about, well, you got to watch the moon. What time you go in fishing? Young moon, early moon, high tide, low tide. And that was precisely correct.
Yeah, well, the moon does affect the tides for sure. It's a gravitational pull.
Sorry?
I said the moon definitely affects the tides.
Yeah.
Because of the gravitational pull.
Definitely. You know, we're going to be okay. Like my grandfather and my father taught me, you want to know what kind of weather you're going to have, you listen to the creaking lizards. If they make one creak, you're going to have dry weather. 2 creaks, you're going to get a lot of wind. 4 creaks, you're going to get a lot of rain. And that is precisely so that anybody have the time to listen. That's what you're going to have. So I'm saying that, we might get a little weather, but we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. And stop listening to all of these people that is preaching doom and gloom. Think for yourself. This is what we should be instilling into our own children. Try to find some way for yourself to make yourself comfortable when it comes to weather conditions. Because like that.
Do you listen to our national weather service as far as forecast?
Oh, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Sometimes they're precisely correct. Other times they're not exactly correct. They're far from it, which I respect them. I'm not being critical, but we as island people need to get with it and try to make your own assumptions and see what's happening. This time, we're not going to be so affected. Hopefully we get some more rain, because this year, how many people are able to tell you for the year so far, we haven't had a lot of rain. So if we get a couple of inches of rain, there's nothing wrong with that. The sun went up to 7:06 before it set. Tonight she's setting at 5:50. So that's an hour and 16 minutes early already.
Yeah, 5:55 it sets.
5:55. Okay, so that's 6 and 5 is 11.
Yeah.
So that's
it's been getting earlier, and it's been getting earlier and earlier as
of course
in the recent days. But I mean, that's normal, right? That's normal.
Normal all the time, and as part of the weather conditions, your nature changing, spring, summer, autumn, and fall, and winter, and all of that. So, but I just say that to say this, that I don't want to see anybody really panicking and listening to all of this rhetoric,
The panic is the worst thing you can do, because then you're not thinking straight.
Supposing that will cause you not to think straight, what's going to happen. We have to be prepared, don't get me wrong. We have to be prepared, but don't get so carried away that you're not able to think for yourself and wonder for yourself, because another thing about the hurricane season, it becomes like Christmas season. A lot of people want to go and spend what you don't have and, just go overboard spending. And I don't think that's really fair to people. So let's hear what your next person has to say. So have yourself a good afternoon, and maybe tomorrow we'll talk again.
All right. Thank you for the call. You have a good afternoon. And I hope your prediction is true.
All right. You will see.
Okay.
Then
take
you
care.
give me a call, okay?
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Yes, well, I certainly hope that we will, dodge the bullet. And we're sort of on the edge of that cone of uncertainty. And, if we can get by, that would be fantastic. Of course, with a hurricane, one person's good news is somebody else's bad news in a lot of instances. I remember Hurricane Mitch was headed straight for Cayman. When you looked at the forecast track, it was headed straight on to Grand Cayman, and I think that one was up to 150 mile an hour when it was down in the South Caribbean, and it was coming up, and it turned left, headed toward Honduras, I think it was, Guanaja and around there. And, we were relieved, but, down in Honduras, they got mashed up, right? It's a funny thing how when that happens, the hurricane's coming straight for you, it turns, and a lot of religious people will say, oh, God saved us and turned the hurricane, and then he sent it to Honduras. Sometimes I have trouble with that kind of thing. We have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Pretty good. What's brewing for this afternoon?
Oh, we've been talking about weather and the hurricane and predicting storms. Also, health insurance. What do you think about health insurance? Do you think we need to overhaul it?
House or health?
Health.
Okay.
Especially when you get old, when you need it the most, you don't have it.
I saw a friend of mine by HSE just the other day, and he's a Caymanian, a genuine working Caymanian, been with the civil servant for, I would say, many years. And he was talking, and I said to him, you imagine we give our lives to our jobs, and then when we get a certain age, you got to fight for survival. The pension may not be the greatest. Your health is not the greatest. Probably your living conditions are probably not the greatest. And you wore all your limbs down on jobs for all 20, 30, 40 years. And then you're not even looked upon after you're retired, And
especially the private sector.
But it is sad to say that we work our fingers to the bone, and what we end up with is a very small pension and a lot of aches and pains and surgeries, knees and legs and eye surgery and that kind of way as you get older, and it's it's nothing that I could say that is there that that in your insurance can say, well, you will be taken care of 100% from your living to your eating and your medicals. You know what I mean? And know that you're well taken care of because of the service you have done for your country. But, insurance need to be looked in seriously. There's a lot of insurance out here that has very minimum coverage for a lot of people. And that's not giving them anything to go on to say, well, I got a policy and, if something do happen to me, I'll be able to get good medical here or be sent overseas. Or if I go back to my country, probably I might be able to use the policy for 6 months until I can get back on my feet or get a job elsewhere. You know what I mean? Because once you leave a company, you might have 2-3 months policy left with them. They may offer to you or you ask to pay 3 months or 4 months policy until you can get back on your feet, So the insurance in Cayman is a real ripoff. It's a real ripoff from the house insurance to the car insurance to the health insurance. And we got too many companies here saying that they are doing policies for the people of these islands, and it's all a money-making situation. It is all an end-of-year bonus for the workers that's in there that got a high positions. They can buy their fancy cars and probably pay down on another home or do a travel that they never did in a while, go far out east or west they've never been before. They're the one that's benefiting. and laughing at us. You know, I am so afraid if anything ever happened to Cynical, a lot of us want to catch the devil here in this Cayman Island, including myself. You know what I mean?
You know, as far as I know, Cynical was originally formed to be what the name says, the Cayman Islands National Insurance. That it covered more. It was supposed the intent at the time, if my memory is serving me correctly, was that it would be for more than just civil servants. It would be for anybody in the Cayman Islands, a national insurance.
That's what I was talking to you about just the other day, that everybody should be on Cynical. Because in all these policies that we got here in Cayman, so it's not working to the benefit of the people that needs it from time to time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who's going to clean that up, but we'll wait and see, God's willing, next 4 years election. But everybody's crying about the weather. We're all worried to a degree, but it's nothing we can do because God is in control. But I just called to ask you, Charles, if you know if anybody they're giving away any money for these people and myself to go shopping to buy up all this excess stuff that we think that we may need. And then the weather came across and it was good. And then we got all of this canned goods in the cabinet. But we're so mean that we're so afraid to go and share it with our neighbors or you know, something in that category, or give it to some pantry at the church or the schools or whatever the case may be, you know.
If you have some extra canned goods.
You know, yeah. So I just wonder if anybody had called and said they would give me money for us to go shopping.
Not as yet. Maybe you'll prompt them to do that.
What a mess. Mm-mm. Oh, boy. But anyhow, we just got to stay in prayer and hope for the best. And, you know, God can take care of us. He has been taking care of us all these years. He will continue to take care of us. We just have to have a little bit more faith and try to be nice to each other and care about each other and stop being so selfish. And we all could make it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you. If anything stick me, I'll call you back.
All right.
Bye.
Good to hear from you always.
Good. Bye.
Take care. Yeah, that health insurance, and as you mentioned, almost all insurance in Cayman, especially if you have a home and getting home insurance, that hurts your pocket. Let me tell you. You know, and if you have a mortgage, of course, the bank insists that you have the house insured, and you can't get around that if you have a mortgage. I heard a friend of mine saying, well, he's lucky enough to not have a mortgage on his house, and saying that he has gone without house insurance for years now. You know, he feels his house is strong enough to stand up to hurricane force winds, etc. And you know, he just does not buy house insurance. You know, if you're fortunate enough to be in that position, you know, you're blessed, really. But most people will have that mortgage that they're obligated to always have their house insured, and it is not cheap, let me tell you. And health insurance the same way. You know, especially if you've had some sickness, and you know, you're then labeled as a higher risk, so you got to pay more. And the SHIC program that we hear about, that policy, you know, if you have to go in a hospital, you know, it will help you out for sure. But when you've got a sickness that you have to be going to the doctor a few times a year, you get medication that is long-term, what's $400 going to do? I mean, in the very first instance, you use that up with a doctor's visit and get some medication, maybe a test. And then the rest of the year, you are on your own as far as paying for any additional doctor's visit and the medication that you have ongoing 12 months a year. And if you are on long-term medication, that is, in many instances, very expensive too. Even something as common as, high blood pressure, that can run you, $50, $70 a month, right? And you add that up over 12 months, it's going to be more than $400. So we really need to have a revamp of health insurance in Cayman. A single payer system, do we dare say that? Which is the kind of thing that Cineco was originally intended to be, if I'm remembering correctly. And when you can spread the cost out over the whole population, it would be much cheaper than when you have several health insurance companies trying to split up this small pie. And you'd probably be surprised at the number of people out there who don't have health insurance, or they're on that plan and they use it up, and most of the year as an outpatient they don't have any more funds on the insurance, so they can't get the proper medical care. Because we've had organizations such as Lions, the Cancer Foundation, Circle of Love Ministries tell us about the people that they assist because they don't have the insurance. They're not getting the kind of health care that they need because of the lack of that insurance. And why, in a place like Cayman, should a person not have access to the best medical attention, best medical care that is available here in Cayman? It's 1:30, and I think that means I have to take a break, so stay with me. I'll be right back. Give me a call.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply, and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
When you choose Cineco Motor Insurance, you're not just getting coverage. You're joining a community that cares about protecting you and your loved ones. Why Cineco? Personalized coverage tailored to your needs. 24/7 claim service, always just a call away. And peace of mind with CARE roadside assistance for flat tires to towing, anytime, anywhere in Cayman. Ready for a quote? Visit Cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. The ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom. The land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Dan up with a rock and he hit the cow.
Hi, Cayman. We're back.
your one and only Cayman Islands folk singers, live in concert. Bring the family and enjoy a walk down memory lane with memories in melody, stories and songs to remember. Friday, October 24th and Saturday, October 25th at the Hartwell Theatre. Show starts at 7 on Friday with the gates opening at 6:30, and on Saturday gates open at 5:30 and show time starts at 6. Tickets are available from the Intergenerational Hub, Winner's Circle, and from members of the Cayman Islands Folk Singers. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 for children. Come, enjoy. Memories in Melody is proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage.
Just then, old Lorraine stepped up. Poor old Whitmore, he was
This hurricane season, don't wait until the last minute. Store before the storm. Stock up now with at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for a 3-day supply. And don't forget pets, the elderly, and nursing mothers. You'll need water for drinking and daily needs. And rest easy knowing the Water Authority is working hard to protect our water systems, keeping pumps, pipelines, and storage secure so you'll have safe, reliable water when you need it most. Be prepared. Store before the storm.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and it is open line here on Talk Today, so if you want to let us know what's on your mind, please pick up the phone, let us know. And often we hear people complaining about the Central Planning Authority allowing certain buildings to be built and developments in places that people don't think that should have been developed. But I see in the compass here, planning, making some denials, one of which I'm pretty happy with. There was an application apparently from a decade, and this says a decade after planning permission was initially granted for 4 fast food restaurants to be located next to the bank on the intersection of Crew Road, Shamrock Road, and South Sound Road. But that's what people call the Hurley's Roundabout. You know, that bank of Scotiabank right there on the roundabout. And so this fast food restaurant and I think some houses also, some other things were supposed to be right next to that. And so now they've turned that down, saying that the drive-through that was part of it is going to be bad for traffic there. And I think so, because that's already a very, very busy roundabout. You got to really watch yourself, especially like if you're going from South Sound, going over to, you want to go to Grand Harbor shops. You got to have all your navigation instruments, clicking, because that's can be a busy place, that Hurley's Roundabout. And so the fear was that traffic was going to back up through the drive-through and onto the street, causing further congestion there. And anybody that lives up that way knows how that can work, because when, Popeyes, and it still happens occasionally, but especially when they first opened, like, people were like ravenous for fried chicken up our way, And in the evening, even though they have a very long drive-through, it's pretty long. A lot of cars can go, but cars were spilling out onto Shamrock, causing congestion. I mean, the cars were going backed up all the way down to On the Run gas station. And that was a good consideration there to make sure that the Hurley's roundabout doesn't get all clogged up with cars pulling into that drive-through. I think it was a Starbucks. Yeah, it was a Starbucks that they were planning on putting there, and they wanted to use a drive-through. I was in the grocery store the other day, and someone started talking to me about Cayman's population, which, as he pointed out, the population affects so many other things, including things like traffic, of course, you know. And he was advocating that you have to do something about controlling the population. Do you think we can do that? Should we be saying, okay, we have enough people, no more people for a while. We're not going to issue any work permits because we have too many people. Can we go that way? We have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Charlie, you sound bored because nobody not calling you, and you're trying to make a conversation with yourself. That is not good.
Well, I talk to myself sometimes. But you know, when you have to worry, you can talk to yourself. That's okay. But when you start getting answers coming back,
something is definitely wrong. Well, I'm going to keep your company.
All right.
You get a call. How about that?
Sure, darling.
Even if you got to go into a break, I'm going to still hold on until you get a call. So I'm going to keep your company because I am low key today. So
what do you want to talk about?
Well, you was talking about house insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I when I first got my home, you know, when you first get a home, they got this thing. You got to have a life insurance. You got to have a house insurance.
This is the bank telling you this, right?
This is the bank telling you this, yes. And boy, child, I'm going to tell you the honest God truth. I don't know how I saw the light at the tunnel, but it had been Almighty God. Believe me. Because 1 minute I had insurance, next minute I had no insurance. And then the bank put insurance on, and you couldn't see the mortgage going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because it was going nowhere when they put on insurance. And I think they put it on like 2 times. And then my son, he got older and graduated, got a job. Then he started paying the house insurance. And I was paying the mortgage. And no medical, no life insurance. No, I had no life insurance. The jobs that I had medical insurance. But that is what crippling our generation today too. This life insurance and this house insurance. So I came out of the house insurance years after years, and the bank, you have to have insurance. I say, well, I ain't got no money for the insurance. And I don't want you all to tack no insurance back on my loan because my loan can't get nowhere. I don't see my loan going down.
Yeah, when they tack it on like that, and it's
crazy.
You pay off and it just stays the same.
Yes, so they say, well, boy, we're going to just have to pray to God and nothing happens. And in other words, and they don't get catch knowing that I don't have no house insurance, you know.
They didn't threaten you to like say, that you're outside their terms of the loan. We're going to have to foreclose and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they had me on the radar 24/7 for 20 odd years. I tell you, Charles, I used to come home here some days looking for the door to be barred up in the lock chain.
Aye.
But anyhow, it got to the point that they just gave up on me with insurance. They just totally gave up on me. And when it was coming down to the last few years, and we just prayed and nothing didn't happen, and yakety yak and yakety yak. Anyhow, when Ivan came through, I didn't have no insurance. My brother my two brothers and my sister, they all had insurance in their homes. And they got damaged from the hurricane. Now listen to this closely.
Mm-hmm.
They got damaged. And you know the insurance just was paying people left, right, and center before they could even get a proper estimate of what really happened to people's homes. You remember that?
Yeah.
Don't tell. Yes. Anyhow, my brothers and my sister said to me, "We are so glad that your house didn't get damaged, because we would not even be able to help you. Because when the insurance adjusters came out and started paying off people, and when they went to do the work on the house, there was more damage inside the house than what these so-called adjusters came out to people's home, running off this 10,000, 25,000, blah 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 blah."
Did they tell did the adjuster tell your brother that they were underinsured?
I don't remember that.
Because a lot of people learned a lesson in Ivan, about underinsurance.
Well, when they paid them off, they went and start working on the place. And when they went in, they found more damage to the house, and they couldn't go back to the insurance to get any more money. And one of my brothers said, "No more insurance for him." He said he will save that money in his house than to do another insurance on his house. And up until today, I don't think he even have a policy on his house. But when Ivan came through, I didn't have no insurance. And my brothers and my sister say that we are so glad that your house is intact, because in what we got paid off and the damage we got, we wouldn't be able to help you. You would have to end up coming to live with us after we rebuilt our place. You understand?
Yeah.
But the only damage that I got was my main wall. One of my main walls is built very poorly, very, very poorly. And instead of them putting listen to this now. Instead of them putting cement in the blocks and steels, you know what they were putting?
What?
Cement bags.
Cement. Oh my God.
Cement. Yes. Anyhow, so that made that wall very porous, and water would seep down by the baseboard. Anyhow, it wasn't nothing major, and had a couple of shingles blowed off, and my brother came and put them back on. So thank God that all the hurricanes that has passed through, and I was saying that's just about 25, 26 years. So far, so good. And I still don't have no insurance still in the house. Still don't have any. And I don't know the bank anything, but I make sure to keep some what I tarpaulin around in a couple of blocks in the yard. You got to try to make joke out of some things, because if not, these people out there that want their money and stuff, they will send you straight to hell before time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to keep your sense of humor, right?
You got to keep it. You got to keep it, because here's a tough world. But having insurance on your homes too, and nothing happens for all 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they don't give you one dime back. But if something happened in one of the Caribbean island, then the Cayman Islands insurance goes up.
Yeah, because that whole international reinsurance thing.
That is not fair. That is definitely not fair. And it just seems like there's a blind eye to it here in this island. And I have come to the conclusion that people see where they can come here and brainwash us, come and offer us all these things, and they go through whoever has to go through here to bring it forward. And then when it comes forward and it's all wide open, then it's a different story.
Yeah, I don't think it's unique.
Got caught in it.
I don't think it's unique to us, though, that, when other catastrophes happen in other places and insurance goes up and ours go up with it because of that. Maybe we didn't have a hurricane last year, but some other place got hit really bad, or
yes.
But I think that is, that whole international reinsurance thing affects everybody everywhere that buys insurance.
You finished it? You tired of me now?
No, you can. Well, actually, I think is it time to take a break, but you can hang in there if you want to. Okay.
I'll hold on.
All right, be right back.
Good.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Reading is a match that lights the flame of imagination, innovation, curiosity, ambition. Register today for the inaugural Free to the Public Literacy Conference, the Life Conference 2025, Saturday, November 1st, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., the Kimpton Seafire Resort, 7 Mile Beach. The theme, Early Childhood, Strong Start, Strong Future. Keynote speaker, Dr. Dan Worry, founder of the Early Childhood Policy Solutions. Register now. Go to lifeconference.ky. Life, literacy is for everyone. Supported by Rotary Central, Cayman Islands.
Cybercrime happens online or through the technology we use every day. Anyone can be a victim of cybercrime, whether you are a young person being bullied or harassed online, or an older person or business who's been scammed out of money or personal data. Cybercrime is an issue that touches all of us. The Cayman Islands government has therefore created an online resource to help keep you cyber safe in an ever-changing world.
In online situations, it is better to be cyber safe than sorry. Learn now to protect yourself against cybercrime. Visit gov.ky/cybersafe.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And one of our frequent callers is on the line. Are you still there?
Don't stop me like that. I just enough of that when I'm on the road. I said, Mr. Glidden, a couple of days ago, the MPs was on Mr. Connor's show.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't listen to all of the show, but I heard a part there where we got 90-odd thousand people living here with us on our islands now. 90-odd thousand.
Yeah. I mean...
So if we got 90...
Maybe it's even closer to 100. I don't know.
It's more than 90,000. I can tell the whole world that they just can't get a proper accurate count, and you can't depend on immigration for that because you got a lot of illegal ones here in our streets.
Yeah, well, the statistics office tries to keep up with it, but
yeah. But thinking about having 90,000 people living here now on this island, and we got about 3 hotels are roughly in my head right now that'll probably be opening within another. I don't know, probably less than a year or about a year time. About a year and a half to 2 years, they should be up and running, or probably before. I'm not sure. I don't know construction individual. But to say that we got 90-odd thousand people living here, it makes me wonder, for that 90-odd thousand of people living here, I wonder if some of those workers for those places are already here on this island. Because if we got 90,000 people and we got like 3 hotels to open up, Charlo, how many people are we looking at? No, close to
100,000.
100,000 and more.
Yeah, I don't know how much it takes to staff one of those hotels, but there are 24/7 operations, so it takes quite a few people to staff it.
Yeah, and when they opened at Indigo just a couple of months ago, and it was there with all the pictures on Facebook and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't see any Caymanians in no background, not even from the bedroom to the beverage or the pool cleaning or whatever the case may be, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it just really makes you wonder, how we can allow all this building to go on.
So
we're not making...
Would you, as my friend who I was talking to in the grocery store, saying we need to control how many people we're going to have in Cayman? Do you think we should do that?
Let me tell you something. That's impossible. I understood they said they want 100,000 people here.
Well, that's what I've heard. I don't know if there's any real policy that's our goal to have 100,000 people.
Well,
we've heard that thrown around.
He was looking for 100,000 people, and when I heard that, then I wondered then if they was going to stop and say, well, okay, we got 100,000 people, no more people can't come here, but that's impossible because the people who live in here will have children, so that the population will climb, but who's living here having children, and some will go home and roll over and come back. And another thing, too, this rollover that they're giving people to go home for 1 year, and then come back, and their jobs are being secure for them. Now, Mr. Glidden, that's a slap in the face to the Caymanian people. Their jobs should not be held. If they gone home and they can sit on their computer and work for these businesses here on this island, that is a lot of unjust to the people of these islands, and is a lot of disrespectfulness to our governments and everybody that got these companies here in this island, because they don't want nothing to do with us, apparently. Because if you can send your worker home for a year for rollover, make them work still and pay them, and the Caymanian come to your place looking for a job, and the first thing I say, oh, you're not qualified, or we don't have no position available, but yet you just send 3 men home. You know what I'm talking about?
So you're talking about like when somebody's going to get rolled over and they have to leave for a year, but they're still working for the company, but they're doing it from overseas.
Yes, and when the year is done, it comes back to Cayman and work.
Right.
And you know what, too? People
be hard to police that, though.
Mr. Glidden, really?
Well,
really? Mr. Glidden,
they're not present in the Cayman Islands.
We got people who is coming to this island. They come here as a hairdresser, and they end up being a nurse. We got somebody come here being a nurse and end up owning a set of condos, and they're working at the place themselves. They're not no more nurse. They can come here and they switch their jobs, like they can eat ice cream today and tomorrow they can have popsicle.
Well, they're going to change that. That's one of the new proposals.
I heard a couple of things that you was reading out a couple of days ago, and you were reading that. I just heard that briefly this week here.
Yeah, I read out some of the proposals that are in the new bill.
You know what, Mr. Glidden? If this government makes that go through, they will be doing justice for the people of these islands. But I know, and I feel there can be some sort of hiccups. It is too serious, it's too unjust, and it's too this, and it's too that, because then we're going to still need this, and we can't do that because then it's going to interfere with the investor, blah, blah. Listen to me. We need to put our foot down from day one. We just never had no strong enough government from days gone by to see what would be benefit to us in this island. But then again, the old MLAs that pass on, God rest their souls, I heard you're reading a lot of things that they say that should happen or will happen in years to come. And we are facing some of those things right now.
Well, how the job hopping thing goes, if I'm remembering correctly, in the first 2 years that a person comes in on a work permit, they cannot change jobs. That's what the proposal is.
That's what they're going to do now? They can't change jobs?
If you want to change, if you're not happy working with wherever you
home.
are, you're going to have to leave. You're going to have to
That's
leave and stay up for a year and then come back. But in the first 2 years, you can't change jobs.
That's not even too bad, but I hope that they'll find something where they are and they don't have to come back, you know?
Yeah.
No disrespect to any one of them. But I tell you, this is very troublesome on this island with everything that's happening. And, you know, I getting a little bit off track right now because I just sick and tired of how we're being treated. And I just see my grandchildren coming through the front door, so I had to cut my conversation.
Oh, the grandchildren are there?
Yes.
And they want your attention.
Yes, because I get ice cream now.
Oh, ice cream?
Yeah.
All right, well, you go take care of those grandchildren.
All right, bye.
And it was nice to have you to talk to.
All righty, bye-bye.
You take care.
Good.
Yeah, those grandchildren, they will, take the scene all the time. They'll upstage anybody, right? Those grandchildren. Let's see. We had some WhatsApp messages here. This person wants to know about health insurance. It says for health insurance, if you've passed the childbearing age, why is there still an allocation for maternity? Could it not be transferred to wellness? Well, I guess it could be if the company wanted to do it. I don't think there's any kind of, regulation or law that prevents them from doing it. It's their policy. But I see exactly where you're coming from on this. So, you can be able to get checkups and more extensive like blood work and stuff like that than what you normally would have because you have some extra money there that's transferred from the maternity. And got another message here also, but we're getting too close to the news time, so we're going to hold off on those. And caller, hang in there. We'll be right back after we find out what's making news.
We are Radio Cayman,
covering Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman.
1 in a million. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Ministry of Finance and Economic Development has advised that the Treasury Department and Treasury Cashier Counter will be closed at 12 p.m. on Friday, the 31st of October 2025, to facilitate a staff function. Normal business hours are expected to resume on Monday, the 3rd of November at 8:30 a.m. for the Treasury Department and Ministry offices, and at 9 a.m. for the Cashier Counter to the public. The public is advised to be aware and plan accordingly, and the Treasury Department apologizes for any inconvenience that this may cause. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier are among 34 charged in connection with schemes involving illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia, authorities said today. According to the Associated Press, Rozier is accused of participating in an illegal sports betting scheme using private insider NBA information, officials said. Billups is charged in a separate incident alleging a wide-ranging scheme to rig underground poker games that were backed by mafia families, according to authorities. Rozier's lawyer, Jim Trusty, accused the FBI of aiming for misplaced glory by embarrassing the professional athlete with a perp walk for a photo op rather than allowing him to self-surrender. The NBA continues to investigate the matter but has placed him and Billups on immediate leave from their teams, the league said in a statement today. Tropical storm Melissa is making its way through the Caribbean Sea today. The storm was blamed for downing a large tree that killed an elderly man in the coastal town of Marigot in southern Haiti, while 5 other people were injured in flooding in the central Artibonite area, according to the Civil Protection Agency. Of course, we will continue to keep you informed on the latest with Tropical Storm Melissa and how it affects the Cayman Islands, so stay tuned right here. Those are your latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Big news at Cayman Airways. We've added more flights to Miami and airfares start from just $80 US each way plus taxes. You heard that right. This fare is less than the taxes and fees. Whether you need a day trip or an afternoon flight on a Friday, Cayman Airways has you covered for that Miami trip with fares as low as $80 US each way. Some conditions apply and these cheap seats are limited, so hurry and book your seats today at CaymanAirways.com. More flights, more trips, more Miami with Cayman Airways.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skin care, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drportercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
The month of October is being observed as the month of older persons. Radio Cayman and Breeze FM, along with its community partner, the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, would like to wish all senior citizens God's continued blessings today and every day. Proverbs 17 verse 6 and 1 verse 8 says, "Children's children are a crown to the aged, and parents are the pride of their children. Listen to your father's instructions and do not forsake your mother's teachings." We salute you, the older person, and thank you for your contributions to the Cayman Islands community. Radio Cayman, Breeze FM, and the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens, always by your side through love and community service. Accept the challenge, united in service.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and a brief look at the weather here. The National Weather Service forecast for Cayman is isolated showers right through the night. Winds out of the northeast of 15 to 20 knots with higher gust. Seas moderate to rough with a wave height of 4 to 6 feet, and a small craft advisory is in effect. Small craft, exercise caution over the open water. And just as far as Tropical Storm Melissa, the National Hurricane Center in Miami saying it's drifting at about 2 miles per hour, and our friends over in Jamaica are going to be getting some heavy rain. As a matter of fact, they're terming it life-threatening flooding expected for Hispaniola and Jamaica through the weekend. And our National Weather Service here giving us an update on Melissa at 10:30 this morning. The official forecast track takes the system southeast of Jamaica as a possible hurricane on Saturday, the 25th of October. A westward motion is expected, and the system could become a major hurricane on Monday, the 27th of October. It's forecast to be south to southwest of Jamaica then. Following that, the National Hurricane Center is forecasting a possible west to northwest motion into Tuesday, the 28th of October. The recent update puts the cone of uncertainty at 5 days within the Cayman area, possibly earlier next week. While the system poses no immediate threat at this time, residents are encouraged to remain cautious and prepared in the event of a shift in the projected path. And given the uncertainty of how this system will ultimately track, residents are urged to continue to closely monitor updates. So stay tuned and alert as to the developments with Tropical Storm Melissa. We have a caller that's been patiently waiting. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo, and how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Got a frog in my throat here I'm trying to get rid of, but...
I know. Okay, I hope you...
How are you doing?
...over the weekend.
How are you doing?
I am blessed, sir. One thing I want to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope and trust that this lady that calling and discriminating people and going on. Remember, everybody coming from a poor situation. And what if she have a family member, a granddaughter or grandniece, and that person go somewhere else? Would she love people would be saying things like that about her family member? No. We all have to pray for people. Now is the time, tell that we have to pray and give God thanks and ask the good Lord to have mercy on these 3 little islands. Look, the condition that is going on elsewhere. And God has spared us so much. This is a very blessed island, and we love this little island. I am not from here, but I lived there about 50-odd years.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm married to Caymanian. He died, right? But I am telling you, sir, it's not nice to hear people discriminating other people. It is not nice.
Well, I think what she and other people are concerned about is the sudden surge in the population that has put Caymanians in a minority situation.
Yes, sir. We agree and we know. But the government is trying to do something. He's trying to do something. But, you know, Charlo, we all have to just pray and ask God to help. You know? We can't just discriminate people like that. Remember, Cayman wasn't like this, you know, sir. Oh, my God, I come here when I tell you, I'm killing cows. So I know what Cayman coming from. We all coming from there. So the discrimination is not nice. And that's all I say to you, sir. And you have a blessed weekend. And I'm asking God to have mercy on this little island. And that lady, she needs to go and pray and go to church with our grandchildren and our children, them, and show love to people. Thank you very much, Chalo. Have a blessed weekend.
You too. You take care. Yeah, that's our dilemma, I guess. Conundrum. Not too many of us would want to go back in time to where it was all just Caymanians here. But then we have all this development, which we love the development. We love the prosperity that has come to Cayman. And then we look around. It's sometimes as you go into a supermarket, and sometimes as a Caymanian, you're walking in a supermarket and you do like, wow, it's like sometimes you feel like, am I the only Caymanian here? As a matter of fact, I experienced that the other day. I was in a grocery store and I was in line for checkout. And it was like I was surrounded by all these different accents and languages that I didn't understand. And, it was like, whoa. Dang. Really a lot of foreigners here, Am I the only Caymanian? Well, I think I saw Danny Warren. He was he was in the line before me. But yeah, sometimes you get that feeling, right? And you say, and it's a genuine feeling of like being a minority in your country. It's a weird position to be in. Yet the reason that we're in that position is because of the prosperity that has come to Cayman. It's sort of a yin-yang kind of thing, right? Two sides of the coin, of the same coin. We have a caller. Good afternoon, you're on the air. What's up?
Good afternoon, Mr. Glidden. How are you today?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm fine, thanks. I really called you to talk about the issue relating to the ombudsman, but let me touch a little bit on what you are talking about right now about Caymanians being a minority. You see, the problem in Cayman falls squarely on the Cayman politicians of recent times, particularly on recent times. You can't blame a guy from the Philippines, from Africa, from the States, from wherever, from Jamaica, for moving towards a country into a country where they can earn a better living.
Mm-hmm.
So long as they comply with the laws and but they are law-abiding, you shouldn't. And I don't think that a lot of Caymanians are blaming those people for that. No. The problem really was caused by Caymanians themselves, the politicians. And right now, even this government, which has come in, and people are saying, well, I have confidence that they are going to fix the problem. No, they are not going to fix the problem. As far as I'm concerned, even this immigration bill is nothing but a scam. But
you told us that before.
That, yeah, I see exactly. I just believe that if things are going to be fixed, Caymanians will have to take it up themselves, not rely on politicians. They are all the same. I believe that in Cayman, there are a few honest politicians, and they do get into power, and they try to really do what the people want to do. But they are always outnumbered by those who are either brainwashed or bought. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. But let me talk about the ombudsman.
Mm-hmm.
You see, this is one of, again, a problem that politicians have failed to fix. Here is a Caymanian who has a very good reputation. And recently people were saying actually, that she will leave an indelible mark as the first indigenous Caymanian who really put the office on a firm footing. And yet now here we are now being told that, well, they want to discipline her because she banged the table, because she I have the thing here.
Yeah, remember that was one of them. She slapped the table and raised her voice. I don't know. Don't a lot of bosses do that?
A lot of bosses do that. I have it here. They have, according to now, we have to be careful that this is what her lawyers have filed.
Mm-hmm.
But I have reasonable confidence that it is accurate because they wouldn't put in something which is not accurate. And the chances are that it comes from the charge that was given to her in writing to say, this is what we are charging you with. They say she raised her voice and struck her hand. Second, a complaint that there was an applicant who she did not provide proper feedback on the manager's performance. What is that supposed to mean, that she didn't provide proper feedback? And then a complaint that insufficient training or mentoring was given to a manager. A complaint that a manager was given inconsistent messages. All these vague things about somebody who wanted to work remotely in the United States and that was not properly handled and that another employee was scapegoated. Let me tell you something. Let me cite three things that this ombudsman did, which gave me confidence that she was doing a good job. You know what? The Judicial and Legal Service Commission, full disclosure, this was a case involving me. I went to the Judicial Service Commission. I complained against a judge, and after I complained against the judge, it turned out that they didn't have any rules to govern such complaints. So I told the governor, I said, Governor, I can't file a complaint if the rules which are mandated by the Constitution are not in place. Can you make the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, which is mandated by the Constitution to make these rules, to make them the rules? That was Governor Roper. At that time, the rules had already been delayed for 5 years. Governor Roper brought it to their attention. He didn't actually tell them, let's have these rules. He just said, well, you are now aware. Please do them in your own time. Another 2 years passed. So it was now like 7 years from the time they were supposed to do it. I was forced to go to the ombudsman. I said, this is maladministration. They cannot violate a constitutional provision for 7 years. And even right now, they don't want to do anything about it. You know what she did? She gave them an ultimatum. They didn't meet the ultimatum. She made a decision finding the Judicial and Legal Service Commission guilty of maladministration because she said it was particularly egregious that the commission had failed to do that because after failing to do it for 5 years, they were told they needed to do it, and then they didn't act with any urgency. Another 2 years passed, and even the day when they released those rules, it was the same day she signed the decision finding them guilty of maladministration. I'll give you another example.
Well, listen, I'm going to have to cut in on you because all of a sudden there's a surge of calls. I got 10 minutes.
Okay. No. Let me just make one short point and then I'll get off. The other one was there was a record which was deleted relating to my matter in the Grand Court. It was deleted after I made an FOI request. A record was deleted in order to defeat to defeat my case. And you know what happened? There was no investigation regarding that. But let me close by just saying the governor herself failed to conduct inquiries in relation to this. Why is she saying that other people should be dismissed because they banged the table? She should be ashamed of herself. I should leave you there. Thank you.
All right. Let's see how many calls we can get in the 8.5 minutes that we have left here. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, not bad. Mr. Charlo, I want to say something, what I've been seeing happen over the years. People making fun of mental ill people. They're making fun of poor people. But God is most high, We don't know when our life can change to something else, But, Mr. Charlo, some of us don't want to live together where we are. We try to look down on people, but I don't think it's a good thing. I mean, I'm a Caymanian. I'm mixed with other people. But I got this to say, Mr. Charlo. A lot of us mixed, a lot of us Caymanians mixed. I appreciate what my good Caymanians did for me, and as well as the foreign people. They have done a lot of good things for me, Mr. Charlo, and I got to give up thanks.
It's great that you can be appreciative of that.
Mr. Charlo, I got to give up thanks. I've been a salesman for quite a few years, and while doing my little sales and stuff like that, they treat me very, very well. So I got to give them thanks, and I want to give somebody else a chance to talk to,
Okay, because I got several callers waiting, and I got 7 minutes to do it in.
Yes, sir.
But thank you for your call. Thank you. All right, let's take a WhatsApp call here. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. Good afternoon.
Hey, Mr. Charlo, how you doing?
All right.
Good. Listen, I'm a Caymanian, and I left here in 1979 to go to the U.S. to live. Came back permanently to live in the Cayman Islands this year. And I've been listening to the program for some years now. But because I'm here now and I can really listen to the program, I wonder what is wrong with our Cayman people. Because when I hear them, it sounds like they need growth.
Are you on a speakerphone by any chance?
Yeah, let me take it off the speaker.
Yeah, because.
Sorry about that.
Okay, that sounded much better.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so did you hear what I was saying before that, sir?
Yeah, that you had gone away, you lived in the States, and you came back home, and you're wondering what's happening to our Caymanian people?
Yeah, what I hear them complaining about the growth in the population and people coming here. Listen, if America didn't accept me as a Caymanian and saying for 40-something years and told me the things that I hear Caymanians saying about foreigners, what would life be like? They need to stop it.
Yeah, well, a lot of Caymanians went to the States in bygone years.
Pardon me, sir?
I said a lot of Caymanians went to the States in bygone years. I grew up in Miami.
Exactly. Okay, so then you understand what it feels like to live in another man's country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody thought I was Cuban.
When I come back here as a Caymanian, what I hear, to me, it sounds like hate.
That's how a lot of Caymanians are looking at foreigners, with hate?
It sounds like hate to me, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I was to say, okay, then, when I left in 79, I was just 1 year old and came back as just a foreigner. Mm-hmm. It seems as though Caymanian people hate foreigners. And I don't like that as a Caymanian because I'm a Caymanian myself. I was born in Georgetown Hospital. I come back now and I hear it's called HSA. So that must tell you how old I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's so much. When I listen to the program, sometimes I get anxiety. There's so much I want to speak about because.
Yeah, that's the conundrum that I was talking about.
I hear when you said that.
That we like the prosperity, but suddenly we find ourselves in a minority position, and mentally, it's something that you have to try and apply logic to, because emotionally you don't want to be a minority in your own country.
Listen, we can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I'm saying if we didn't have people coming here, I can just imagine what I would have came back to a Cayman full of incest.
Yeah, that's again, we can't do without the foreign people coming here to work.
And
you're not going to have
listen,
this kind of prosperity.
And no country is going to be the same what it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. None. When I went to New York, it was the New York that I left a couple months ago is not the same New York it was when I went there in 1979. But who's complaining?
Well, listen. I hear what you're saying. Let me break into you and tell you thanks for the call, because I got two callers that want to try and get in. But point well taken.
I will call back another day.
All right, you do that. Please do.
And you're welcome, sir. And good program. I like listening to your program, sir.
Thank you very much. We got 2 minutes. Let's see if we can get these callers in here. Hello, you're on the air with Talk Today.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
I know you don't have a lot of time. You might know me. I just want to, the last caller's comments I think are really valid. I just visited my home island in Canada, and all of a sudden the people up there, all they're doing is complaining about the foreign workers who are coming in and taking the job.
Yeah.
So I want to say to Cayman, this is not unique to Cayman. Back to health insurance. I pay a high premium. I work for myself. I don't have companies supporting me, and I need an injection, and my very, very capable, incredibly educated doctor is now trying to convince my health insurance, and there's a nurse that's actually declining the treatment I need, even though my very skilled doctor is explaining why I need it. And apparently this is what's happened within some of the insurance companies. A nurse is overriding my doctor's opinion on an injection that I need to heal a part of my body.
Isn't that something?
I'm going to be going into my insurance company. I pay a lot for it. And like, what's the deal? And maybe have to look at something different in the future. But I think we've got excellent doctors here. My doctor actually called me personally last night about it and said, I'm fighting with a nurse who's reading all of the claims coming in for approval, and she's denying things. So very upsetting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So there's my little spiel, and great show. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the insurance company is determining whether you need this medical attention or not. We're going to sneak one more call in, even though it's 2:30. Hello, you're on the air with Talk Today.
Mr. Glidden.
Yeah.
What did I say so wrong on your show?
Well, you see, our comments are open to interpretation by the people who are listening.
Yes. So what did I say so wrong? That lady she need to go and research herself and keep my grandchildren at home out in church. She don't got to tell me what to do. She's rude. I didn't say that to hurt her. I got my voice, and I'm going to voice my voice as long as I live in this island.
Free speech.
I got free speech. So whoever she is, she need to relax and enjoy my island.
Thank you. I gotta go. But free speech, yes. I'm Charles Glidden. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great afternoon. Stay informed about Melissa.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.